Thanks for coming back. Thank you for continuing to come back. Today, we have a special episode to commemorate what is happening this weekend. It is the Day of Love,
Bullshit.
uh, aka the day that men all seem to hate. But before I even get into that, because you don't have to start with some random mess that has nothing to do with anything. Reggie? Have you heard the story about Army Hammer?
No.
All right. There are two things. There are two stories featuring celebrities that are really interesting, and they have the same conclusion. At least I came to the same conclusion about both of them, the same question.
Mm-hmm.
And one is Army Hammer. Army Hammer is the guy who's famous for
The baking soda?
nah, that's Arm and Hammer.
Oh.
This dude is I was about to ask you if you ever saw a movie, but you don't see any movies, not since Uptown Saturday Night. But for
Upside
most
Saturday.
people who actually watch movies, there was a movie called The Social Network that was about Mark Zuckerberg and his starting on Facebook. And Army Hammer is the guy who played both the Winklevoss twins in that movie. And he's been in some other stuff, but I don't remember anything else that dude has been in. But if you look him up, you'll remember him.
What's his
But
name?
Army Hammer, Armie. So he's the one. So his story is interesting to me because what did he do? Oh, what did he do? Oh, there are women, ex-girlfriends accusing him of mistreatment. And when we talk about mistreatment, what we're talking about is like this dude is into some sick fetish stuff. He's like the real life 50 Shades of Grey. But you know how like in 50 Shades of Grey, like all the women were like, ooh, that's sexy and stuff. But in real life, they're like, ooh, this dude is scary and creepy. He sent text messages to a woman talking about how he wanted to cut her rib out and eat it. He carved his initials on a chick's inner thigh.
Whoa, let's back that one up. The first one, okay. So, okay. Uh,
Now we got Reggie's attention.
I'm assuming he has the traditional English names where there's threes, and hopefully he's not like Latino or Spanish that have like 27 names. Because even
um,
the three will be the fact that she had to sit there while he called his three initials in
well,
her thigh.
I'm coming to that. It's interesting that you bring that up because I'm gonna come back to that.
Mm.
Another woman, she had a big bruise on her butt and
Yeah, I
she
just
was
saw that
making
one.
jokes about it and stuff like that.
Nice
And
butt.
so keep all of that and sit it in one bucket and let's move on to the next person that I wanted to bring up, which is T.I.
Yeah, I know about this one.
Okay. T.I. is being accused of running basically some kind of sex ring or something like
Sex
that.
shop in his house.
Right, where it's like one woman comes in and says, when you come in the door, you get a pill, you got to take the pill and all of this stuff. And then he has sex with you and brings his wife in, and then all this stuff, they do all this stuff to you. Here's the thing that both of these things have in common: they both feature a bunch of women who are coming out and complaining about being mistreated in ways that would be considered to be criminal.
True.
But the problem is, for whatever reason, and I don't know if this is a reflection of the times that we live in or what it is, but instead of going to the police and reporting these quote unquote crimes, what they're doing is going to Instagram to post and plead their cases. So it makes you wonder if they actually have a criminal case. And to Reggie, your point, which you brought up earlier, you standing there letting a dude carve stuff into your inner thigh and you letting dude bite you in the butt or smack you in the butt or whatever cause that bruise, and you're joking about it 1 minute and then the next minute you're talking about how you're being abused. Ladies,
Mm,
sexual abuse is real.
mm. And you're fucking up the waters.
Right. You're messing it up for everyone when you are posting about something on Instagram and not going to the police. If these things are true with Army Hammer or T.I. and his wife, they should be in jail. Just like
True.
R. Kelly.
Just like
They
R.
should be in
Kelly.
jail. But if you're just like, oh, this happened to me, and then people in the comments saying, oh, it's me too. Oh, shoot, me too.
I, I was
Everybody should be going to the police.
I was going to bring that up. And this is going to sound gender insensitive and intolerant, but the Me
Well, you
Too
are.
Yeah, that can't be.
Yeah.
But the Me Too issue has gone too far because, as we said before, there are real victims of real sexual abuse, like the chick that got date raped and got thrown in the trash can, and pretty much the dude just went off with, oh, he was just young and slap on the wrist and stuff.
I
Versus,
don't know that one, but sheesh.
oh yeah, yeah, she was at a party, got roofied. They had sex in the alley, but of course it wasn't really sex because she was drugged out of her mind. And literally after the sex, he picked her up and threw her in the trash can
Oh,
in the
yo,
dumpster.
is that the one where the judge let the boy off because he felt like throwing him in jail would like ruin
Mess
his
up his
future?
future. Yes, that one. That one. Versus I saw this post a couple of years ago, in the beginning of when the Me Too issues happened, and this young lady was like, she had sex with this guy. She consented and everything, and the sex was whack, as she said. So she said, "Can I, say I'm sexually assaulted?" And they actually had women say, "Yeah, if you didn't like it, it's rape." And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
And if you listen to our podcast, you would know what the criteria for wax sex is according to her based
Mm.
on that podcast. But with that said, yeah, or the Aziz Ansari issue that I always bring up, not calling it an issue, but the situation where um, he goes to a woman's house. He they pop some popcorn, do whatever they're gonna do. He actually performs oral sex on her, asks her to have sex. She says no. He says okay. They continue watching the movie and everything, hang out. Then he leaves, and she talks about the next day how she felt uncomfortable, how he made her feel uncomfortable, and as a result, he got blacklisted for a nice little minute. So it's stuff like that that kind of like messes with everything. But I didn't want to make this about that because this is the podcast episode of love. But
Bullshit.
those two things just kind of jumped on me. And the reason we have to rush through this is because I really had to twist Reggie's arm on this, and I practically had to beg him to come do a podcast about Valentine's Day. So, Reginald, let me start off by asking you this. How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
It's bullshit.
Why do you feel that it's bullshit in your words?
Well, like one of my favorite Christmas songs by Johnny Mathis. Why, when he's talking about Christmas, why should you save up all your love for one day of the year? When he's talking about Christmas, why should I save up all my love and spend all my money for a useless damn holiday that was made by somebody who just wanted to get rich?
That is true because there are men that are out there scuffling and striving just to get flowers, book reservations for restaurants that are jacking their prices up, flower companies that are jacking their prices up, and everybody else who's jacking their prices up just for this one particular day.
And he's jacking the prices, they jacking their prices up. He's gonna pay this pretty penny because this is probably the one time outside maybe his birthday he actually gets sex. Because of course, you also see the lingerie commercials coming up. Oh, entice your man. Why the hell don't you have the lingerie in July when it's hot? So it'd be easier for you to take the shit off. But no, it's the one of the coldest goddamn days of the year, and you get some fucking skimpy lingerie and probably a fucked up ass bro. Oh, I'm hot.
I see. And the thing about it is, at least to me, is whereas Reggie's on turning into one of this is
Bitter old
turning it,
man.
yeah, this is turning into why can't I speak? I'll have to dub all of this out. But
Because it's Valentine's Day. It's mess with your head, man. It's
yeah,
mess
it
with your
must
head.
be. But what I'm trying to say is, while this is one of Reggie's rants and stuff like that, I think it's important for women, just in general, when guys talk about this, not to just dismiss it as somebody being bitter or angry or resentful of the day. I think it's important to see and hear how men actually feel. This podcast is like um, different from a lot of other podcasts where it's either bashing men or bashing women. We're trying to give you some insight into what men think.
Like I said,
And
I don't mind you calling me bitter. I don't mind you calling me whatever, whatever. This is I'm saying a lot of things that most men not gonna say because they still want the puss. Uh, I'm gonna get the puss. That's not the problem. But this needs to be heard because yeah, you want your man, you like your man. Don't wait to damn the coldest day of the damn year to show you that you actually appreciate it, even though more than likely he's gonna sit there and spend all his money for this stupid ass jacked up shit that the day after goes down 100%. Well,
And
that'd be
that's
zero, right? 50%.
and that's the point I'm trying to make. It's like men feel a certain way about this holiday. And whereas Reggie talks about it being cold and doing things for one day, I look at it from a different perspective slightly. I look at it as in a relationship, the guy is responsible for taking initiative. He courts you, goes through that whole process, asks you out, spends money on you, takes you out to dinner, whatever is involved in the courting process. And in many of our podcasts, we talk about how men have all of these obligations and women don't usually have many, if any.
Towards
And
the man. Towards the man.
right, right, right,
Towards the man.
right, right. And so when you look at the obligations that men have, to take those, all of the things that a man should do, and then you add one more thing onto that list. It's a lot. It's like he's courted you, he's gotten you, he's done all these things to make you feel protected and secure and safe and all of those things that you say that a man should do that makes him a man and all of that stuff. But then you throw, okay, here's a day that's coming despite everything that you've done. Here's another thing, another hurdle for you to cross, another barrier for you to cross. And it's like, sheesh, what do we get? Because I
Hold up. Hold on. Let's do the list.
don't.
Birthdays, Mother's Day, Christmas, and now this useless ass holiday. The first three, yeah, okay, that's a given. I get it. What do we get? We get Father's Day a goddamn tie. A fucking tie. We don't get baseball tickets. We get a damn tie.
Well, I think regardless of what it is, I think weighing out how things play out, I don't think there's any debate. Women, come on now, you all can't even debate that you all get more out of these things than the guy does. Now, like I always like to do, I like to put myself in the shoes of a woman, and I can hear women out there like I
Go,
often
hold up. Get those heels ready because here he goes.
see.
Stretch those heels out.
No, this is not what you think. Where you say I'm going to pander to the women. No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But I can hear women saying, well, all the things that I do for my man and I hold him down. And when he's going through this, I paid this and I did this for him and all of this stuff. Now, what I'll say to that is, we're not talking about things that you do in a relationship for someone that you probably shouldn't be with. Because if you're complaining about doing things and you're not getting what you're giving,
Mm.
that's something that you need to
Good dress.
yeah, need to address. But looking at things from a clean slate, you meet a man, not the man that you witnessed trifling or whatever that you want to say, but you meet a man, he asks you out, you have a list of things that he has to do. And if this dude is acting in the ideal way that you would like for him to act, he'll be doing more for you than you're doing for him. So
And I would even go back for the whole holding them down thing. Because let's just say that in the beginning, like say you had a long term relationship, and she did hold him down while he was struggling and stuff like that. But then they made it up like George and Wheezy, right? So now he's giving back. That doesn't mean necessarily that you don't do anything else, and don't bring in that whole cooking and sex thing because boy, that's rationed. We know how that's rationed.
well, nah, it's like a lot of women. There's a movie called Baby Boy, which everybody has seen except for Reggie,
Reggie.
because Reggie doesn't see movies. But basically, the premise behind Baby Boy is there's a dude who's living with his mother, and he goes over to his girl. Goes to his girlfriend's house, drives his girlfriend to work, and then he takes her car and just does trifling stuff all day long, and then comes and picks her up after work, usually late, and then that's their life. And there are a lot of women that are living that existence. So
Oh,
that's what I want to
hold
make
up.
clear.
Hold up. Baby boy, how what's the age demographic here?
He was grown. Tyrese played the part. I mean, I'm guessing that he was like in his 20s or something, and
Okay.
his mother was trying to move on with her life and date, but he wouldn't leave the house and stuff like that. But there are a lot of women that describe that situation or something close to it as their reality. So,
Hold up. I'm still fit. Hold up. As 40, 50 year olds?
um, yeah, if you hear some of the stories,
I need to hear these stories.
and no, and that's part of the thing, and maybe this is if you go to our Ask a Woman segments, and not the segments, but if you go to our Ask a Woman guests, part of the reason I like having them on is because of their experiences. And boy, they might not feel comfortable talking about their experiences on the podcast, but I know their experiences because they're friends of mine. And boy, some of these dudes that they date are real winners.
Okay, this is the one side. This is the one time I need to go borrow my wife's heels because I'm going to side with the. Well, I'm still not going to side with them because of the simple fact that you're 40, 50 years old and you're dating that type of guy, unless she, and well, I can't rationalize that. Damn,
Right.
this is one
Here,
of those things where it's like, damn, I'm trying to help the brothers, but
nah, that's trifling. And equally as trifling is these women that will not just pick these guys, but when they find out what these guys are all about, they'll stay with these guys despite all of the things that the guys continue to show them. And then talk about guys are trifling. So the reason I bring that up is because when I talk about men doing more for women, I'm not talking about you women that made these bad choices and with these trifling dudes. That's on you, and you need to get out. I'm talking about again is if you picked out your ideal dating scenario from scratch, a dude steps to you, he's going to do ideally for you more than you'll do for him. And I hear women also saying, no, we'll be looking out for each other and stuff like that. Whatever.
on average, Michael's correct. On average,
Okay, I'll go with that. Um,
because we can't. You tell me not to do the broad swaths and generalization and all that crap. So I actually listen to the podcast too.
do we have a podcast talking about inequity in marriage that's going up on Monday, and you are not
Hey, I found spirituality over the weekend.
okay, that's what it is.
Yeah,
So what you hear on Monday, just negate Reggie's views on that one because he's found spirituality now.
I didn't
That
find
was
that.
that was
I didn't find
reported before
no.
spirituality.
I didn't find that much. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Reggie being Reggie. But
Yes.
but in the whole thing, just based off what you require or expect from a man, it's going to be more than you have on your list of things to give. And that's something that me and Reggie talk about all the time. You have a list of things that you want from a dude that makes him your dude, but not a list for things that you do to make you his woman. So therefore, it just naturally says that you expect the dude to do more for you. And this is another example of that is Valentine's Day. And shoot, I I have some good Valentine's days. I had some bad Valentine's days. My last Valentine's Day wasn't good at all. Let me just tell you a story real quick.
So so tell us the story, Michael.
Okay, I'll tell you a story real quick. Okay, met a woman in January. So by the time Valentine's Day rolled around, we really hadn't known each other for that long. But I did make a point to ask her as the day was coming closer. I was like, okay, so how do you feel about Valentine's Day in general? And she was like, well, I love Valentine's Day. That's my holiday. But you and I just met, so I wouldn't really expect anything from you this year. Next year, though, yeah, I want you to blow it out. Putting a burden on me, but that's all right. I have a whole year to think about that. I can cruise through this one. Okay, so I'll skip certain details because they don't really matter. But one thing that's important to mention is that Valentine's Day was on a Friday, and she had to get up early Saturday morning to go to Florida the next day. So we couldn't do too much, even if I wanted to. So get up Valentine's morning. I draw her a little card and stuff, and I text it to her of us holding hands with hearts, little cute stuff and all that stuff.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, right? Sensitive.
All that rap transfer, man.
Romantical, as Reggie would say.
Romantical,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's Reggie's word. Okay, I do all of that. Send her a text and stuff. She's like, oh, okay, thank you, and all that stuff. And so I worked late, got home around 8 o'clock, something like that. And so I give her a call. When I call her, I am greeted with an attitude. And I'm like, what's wrong? She won't tell me. So it's obvious. It's one of those, how you doing? Fine. Well, you know something's wrong, but still they just feel obligated to say fine just because they don't want to tell you.
No, yeah.
So the whole weekend, I am confused as to what is wrong with this woman. She waits until Monday to finally tell me that she was disappointed because of what I didn't do on Valentine's Day. So I'm like, first of all, we had the conversation and you said it wasn't really that big of a deal to you this year, but next year was supposed to be a blowout. Second thing is that I really didn't know how to go about doing anything because you said you had to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning to drive to Florida from Atlanta, which is like 6, 7 hours. So I'm like, I just figured we hook up when you got back, but I sent you the thing. I called you. So it's obviously I'm not like out with some other chick or something like that.
No,
So it's
forget
like,
all that. I thought of you.
yeah, and you are my Valentine. It's like I can see if like you thought that I was playing you and I didn't like reach out to you at all, and the day just went by, and it's just like I didn't even acknowledge it. But I'm talking to you that night, and it's like, so it's obviously I'm not trying to do anything else with anyone else. But no, it was just that I didn't do enough, and it goes back to the burden that's placed on men. She didn't do anything for me. So that's the one thing that is worth mentioning. I got nothing. I didn't even get a happy Valentine's Day. Even when I sent the little picture and wished her a happy Valentine's Day, I got a thank you.
Crickets.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, so never mind the fact that she did nothing for me, and there was no way I could like say, well, you didn't do anything either, and win that argument.
Oh
So
no,
so so
even I won't do that one.
so I just had to let it go and just wonder with a woman that I had known for like less than a month at that point, like, is this who she is? Is she crazy? Did I do something and didn't know it?
See, I'm mad you actually question yourself.
You and
I'm mad you had to question yourself.
on this one, it's like normally I don't buy into your dark side thinking, but on this one, this is one that, yeah, I actually wonder why I question myself because if someone acts that way towards you and you know them for such little time, it's like, why are you even bothering to continue with that person?
Boy, that bull and that red cape.
Yeah, yeah. So Valentine's Days are interesting. I like the idea of doing special things, but as we discussed in another podcast, actually the one that we had on the New Year resolution podcast where we talked about Christmas. Shoot, man, you can do that stuff on a random Tuesday,
I like Random Tuesdays.
and then things will be cheaper.
Got that right. Even
And
I'm not the cheapskate.
let me just hold it. That implies that I am. What are you trying to say, man?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, it just sounded like you were taking a shot.
I'm taking a shot.
Okay.
Well, let me say this about why I keep saying the coldest day. Uh, the last Valentine's Day, I went out with The Rock. We went out as the
His
double date,
wife.
um, double date long. It was a long time ago. My sister was up here with her husband. It was literally like 3 degrees in DC, and they wanted to go out. Of course, we went out. Of course, I had fun, but it was cold as cat shit. So it lingers.
Okay. Okay. And let me just say this other thing about Valentine's Day. And I know that going on that cheapskate vibe that you put out there, when I talk about like prices being hiked and things like that and fighting to get into places and things like that, women don't necessarily think about these things because they figure that unless a man is like flowing with infinite finances, that if he's not that, then he's just a broke ass. And no, I think there's like middle ground, which is actually called a budget.
Oh, real people? Real.
And if I can go take you out on the day after Thanksgiving and pay $100 versus paying $200 on Thanksgiving, I
You
don't.
mean Valentine's Day?
Oh, Valentine's Day. Where did
I
I
say
get
why? I
Thanksgiving
said
from?
why the hell you go to Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, if I'm spending $100 on Thanksgiving, that's a whole
I'm,
different
I'm
story.
about to say what we doing. We're going to root Chris again.
Shoot, apparently so. But with that said, yeah, if I can get by on one day, I would think that you would appreciate that in me. I mean, I think that you would respect that. And I hear a lot of women saying, I would respect that. I would respect that. But it's always funny to me when I talk to women. And in the course of their talking about their dating and stuff like that, there's always the word broke that enters into the conversation at one point or another, which always amazes me because it's followed by someone, that same person saying, not that I'm materialistic.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, it amazes me. Well, I don't want to get stuck on the money thing, but when I'm talking about the money thing, it amazes me how
There's so many ways I can go here, and I'm trying to actually be nice. I got my first rant out, but I'm not going. I'm not going to do it.
No,
I'm
it
not
just
going.
amazes me how, like, when you go out and stuff like that, and women don't realize that dating is a bill. It's like back when I was really hardcore dating and stuff, I had a $500 a month budget for dating alone.
Damn,
That's
dude.
a car payment. But it's
That's
like
a nice car payment.
if you're dating in Atlanta, especially, unless you're like Netflixing and chilling, and women always complain about Netflixing and chilling, and the way that things cost even today in Atlanta, even the way that they did back then, yeah, you're going to spend money. And it's like, eh,
That's a
now
lot
this
of
is turned into a
ass.
money. Now it's turned to a money thing.
That's a lot
Okay.
of ass, right?
But let me just say, I remember one time, one notable date I went on. It was a first date. I figured we go bowling. Bowling was a nice, inexpensive, get to know you activity. And for people that want to say that I'm broke, no, I'm not. It's just that I
He
appreciate the
just
value of a dollar.
he's cheap. He's not broke.
I am not cheap. And when I tell you these examples of these dates, you're not gonna think I'm cheap.
Let's get 10 of
That's,
his
that's for
friends, including
damn
me.
sure.
Hey, let's get 10 of his friends who actually really know him,
All
and we see what the numbers are.
right, all
Let's
right,
run the numbers.
all right. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
All right.
Last, we decided to go bowling. Um,
I like the bowling.
I like bowling too, but bowling is like, you get a lane, you have access to balls. First problem was there was a concierge, and this is some Atlanta shit.
Oh, that's
There
some
was a
Atlanta shit.
there was a concierge that met us at the door and asked us our ball size. Who knows their ball size? It's bowling.
I should know my ball size. But anyway.
Why am I not surprised? So we get our balls, we get our lane. We have one drink a piece. The bill comes, it is $90. Okay, that's one. Okay. So you say, okay, Michael, that was back in the day. You got took and all this stuff, but you're cheap. Okay.
I didn't
Last
that's I'm still okay. I forgot. You got I had to adjust prices with these still like $90. That's it. Okay.
for two people for bowling and one drink a piece?
Yeah.
All right, dude.
You
But,
forgot who you talking to.
but I'm the cheapskate though. So okay, didn't even offer to pay part of that. Not that I would have let her, but still. Okay, let's go back to a date I had a couple months ago. We go to, for people in Atlanta that know, this place called Eclipse de Luna, and it's a tapas place. Type tapas place, lounge place you can go get cheap eats, and lounge, get to know you spot. Inexpensive. So I think
You say topless or taco?
tapas, TAPAS.
Tapa. Okay, I got it all the
Where's your
I
mind?
don't know. So
The
what the heck
Mexican strip club?
Hey man, you sat there and said Valentine's Day. I mean, I do say one thing about Valentine's Day. That's usually one day you do get ass. So topless Valentine's Day. Hey, I'm equating the two.
Hey, so it's like we go to Eclipse de Luna. It's a tapas place, and I'm talking about tapas like $7 a piece, something like that, small plates, things like that. So she orders just off the rip. She orders like four different things. Okay, cool. I order my little something, and then it's like she orders three drinks. Now, me myself, I don't believe that anyone should drink alone. So if she drinks three, I'm going to drink three just because it's weird to like see her drinking. I'm just there teetotaling. But so,
What kind of drinks? You know, I gotta ask.
huh?
What kind of drinks?
I don't know what she was drinking, some mixed drink or something like that. I was drinking tequila,
Okay.
but but it was funny because again, this was a first meeting, getting to know you type thing.
Oh, and she's doing first. Oh wow, yeah, you did say that. Three drinks on the first date.
$120.
Did you get ass tonight?
No, I did not. $120.
Three drinks and no ass.
Dude, I've already kicked myself enough. You want to bend over so you can kick me some more too?
Actually, on this one, yeah, three drinks and no ass. Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I'll let you do that after the thing because I deserve it, even though I kicked
Okay.
myself enough. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll take some more. But so that's another one. Another date I went on before that, a couple months ago. We went to some spot. I get an appetizer, she gets a salad, and we get one drink apiece. $80.
Okay, now you got me.
Okay. Woo.
That's a hell of a drink right there. I mean, what was it? What was that drink we had? 1842 or whatever. The tequila.
1942.
Oh man, listen, you got some of that?
No.
Oh,
And then that's the thing. Her drink was some kind of, I'm sure it was it was some kind of mixed drink off the menu. So you know it was weak as fuck. Sorry. Um, but the point is, with people that talk that cheapskate stuff to me, shoo, boy, I got receipts.
I need to see them. It's an audit.
Especially in, I know, right? Especially in dating where it's just like ridiculous. So I'm sorry. The point in all of this is that Valentine's Day can,
I mean, the point is, he just paid what, $90 for a salad and one drink.
yeah,
So imagine going to Valentine's Day. That's gonna be 3 times as much.
yeah. And it just in general, the difference in the way that men feel about this as opposed to women. And it's like, and just trying to be upfront with women, women, ladies, you all need to be like straightforward about like what your man is getting from this. You can't be so selfish that
Yeah,
you
they
know,
can.
okay, maybe they can, but it's like if you really want to get a man and keep a man happy, and again, not those trifling dudes that y'all are dating out here that y'all want to act like y'all doing everything for and stuff like that when you shouldn't be with them in the first place, but just on an even keel relationship, you should be examining what he's getting out of it. And if a man, and I don't know any men that really like Valentine's Day, but if there's any situation where a dude doesn't like something that much, I think you should question why you're like on him about doing something for it. You know?
Well, you know why? I mean, this is, I will say this, and I've heard women told me this. It's more about impressing their friends and their coworkers and stuff like that versus the actual gesture. It's that show and tell. It's the show and tell hour, the dog and pony show.
Okay, okay. And that just speaks to how you need some either better friends or you need some better self-esteem to be able to stand up and say, look, we're not doing anything for that BS. But it's like I can't imagine if a guy had a day that was devoted to us and women were so adamantly opposed to it. I I can't imagine a woman being like, well, I can't stand this BS, but I'm gonna go ahead and do all this stuff and lay it out for him anyway.
Father's Day, tie. And
See,
shit. And now, yeah, this is all the film coming out now. Now they're trying to make Father's Day, Mother's Day for the single mothers, which who I love, but at the same time, y'all have y'all day. Y'all
what?
have y'all day.
I hadn't heard that one.
Oh
They get
yeah, dude.
Mother's Day and then get a second Mother's Day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because the mothers play the quote unquote fathers also.
Oh,
So you know, no, that don't no, that no, no,
that's pretty slick. That's
no,
pretty
that,
slick.
no, hell with that. No.
Okay. That's pretty slick, though. Kind of.
No,
Anyway,
because unless your name's Mary, you had someone help you with that situation.
well, Mary had someone help her too, but that's
See, even better.
that's neither here nor there. And see, we're gonna wrap this up, but
I
I
have to make a public service announcement because I'm sitting here looking at it and it's dark here and I got this crazy ass light and you know for the people on the YouTube because the people on the podcast not gonna see it. Yeah, this is actually my gray ass mustache, so I need that Grecian formula stuff. So it's not ashy. I'm not looking ashy, like Ashy Larry. So yeah, a little self conscious there.
I don't really know if that's worse. I mean, shoot,
No, I
telling
just shave it off.
oh, okay. Have you considered like putting some dye in it or something?
Hell no, come on. I just go to I just don't want to look. I mean, it's that in between because I shaved, and it's that in between because usually when I'm doing the podcast, but the YouTube, either I'm fully like Grizzly Adams or I'm always shaved. Right now I'm in that in between stage because I shaved, and you make me do this stupid ass Valentine's bullshit.
Yeah, I did that.
So yeah, I'm in between, so I look like Ashy Larry right now.
Yeah, that doesn't look like salt and pepper. That looks like salt.
She, man, listen, salt be good right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thank you for letting us know that. I don't really know that anybody really cares that much. I mean, shoot,
No, I care. That's all
I'm the
cares.
I'm the only one here trying to catch and shoot with my hoodie and my unshaven self.
Like I said, I care, so I don't care. That's a,
Th-
you know, as long
th-
as I care.
my look is basically me rebelling against Valentine's Day. It's
Which
like,
is, you know, the funny thing about it, because I'm sitting there looking, you have a sense of red on. I have red on, and we sit bitching about Valentine's Day.
yeah. And I didn't even think about that. You know, in general, when I'm in a good relationship, though, like a good relationship, I actually don't mind Valentine's Day because you can plan stuff that doesn't involve going out and doing crazy stuff and spending a lot of money. Shoot, you can get a bottle of wine and you can truly have Netflix and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just when you're in that beginning stage and that first Valentine's together, and not even the beginning stage, because I've dated women that I've been involved with for more than just one Valentine Day, and they still expected me to like expected the moon and back, which it's just a headache. But again, I don't get anything. As a matter of
I
fact,
mean, you know, you get something. I hope.
uh,
I've been saying it I've been saying it on podcasts.
whatever, dude. I give something, and we give each other something.
You
Yeah.
know, we really need to have a conversation about that particular because you mentioned it before, and the fact that that seems to be their trump card that they give us this they give us them, right?
Yeah.
But as you stated, you're getting something in the bargain too here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because if they were truly giving us something, like your homegirl said, they wouldn't be complaining about how whack it is after the fact. Not with me. I'm just saying in general, if you're giving me something, well, not me. If you're giving a dude something, then you should never complain about his whack performance. If you're truly giving him something. Now, if we're exchanging something, which is
that's different.
the case with me, then you can complain, but no one complains. But
I got.
yeah, the
I would
point is
say
nobody's giving me anything. When I look back on all the Valentines that I've spent in my, I think I started dating when I was what, 16, 17, 18, something like that. And I can't think of a time when anybody's ever given me anything for that day.
I can't say that.
Oh, okay. You want to elaborate?
Yeah, actually, my wife gives me a lot of things, and a couple of girlfriends have. Yeah, so
Oh, okay. 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 I've
no, no.
actually,
Like I said, I like in theory, I do like Valentine's Day. I just the inflation of the prices on it, and the fact that you know, because in my relationships I have, it wasn't necessarily anything out of the ordinary for that one day because it happens on a random Tuesday. So it was just, oh, okay, well, shit, let's go out. Let's see what these crazy people doing, stuff like that. So it wasn't anything special per se, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. If you're looking at it as a day where you spend time together, I'm all for that. I think that's great. But is when you're spending time together and it has to be X, Y, and Z, that's when it gets a little deep. And I can hear women out there again because I'm in the minds of women. I hear women talking to me as I'm on these podcasts. I hear women saying, it doesn't matter to me. I don't need anything. I don't care about Valentine's Day.
Bullshit.
Okay. Let dude miss it. Let dude not acknowledge it.
Yep, pretty much.
And then I
Let
guess you can say, well, I don't need that much from Valentine's Day.
bullshit.
Okay. Let them just send you a text in the morning.
I did have one recently last year. It was pretty good, but then it turned into a train wreck. Hmm. So let's scratch that one.
Hmm. I've had some of those. Yeah. I've
Well,
had
it was external forces that turned into a train wreck. It wasn't in between the yeah.
Yeah, for me it was external forces that turned it into a train wreck too. Those external forces being like the chick's hormones. But
Oh.
that's neither here nor there. Now, see, it's funny we had this conversation. And I talked about how shoot, I had to twist Reggie's arm to get him on here because he was angry about it. But I found that shoot, Valentine's Day seems to be a trigger for me.
Just said
But to wrap this up, let me just say this: one, I'm not a cheapskate. Two, I think
cheesecake.
I think women should take the time to look at what they're giving and not just what they expect to receive. I think women should show their appreciation for a man, any man in their lives during this time. And remember that Valentine's Day is reciprocal. It's not just you wait for him to do stuff for you. You both do things for each other. If you're doing more for him on that day, then I think it's fair for you to like reverse the role and you demand that he does something for you. But if you're not doing anything like women have not done for me all my life, then
Okay, you need to clean that one up all your life.
but no, I'm
A
just
woman,
about
a
Valentine's.
woman
I'm just
haven't done
about
anything for
Valentine's.
you all your life.
I'm just about Valentine's Day. On
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
you had to clean that up because you
No,
said
it's a
women.
Valentine's Day episode.
I know, but still, you had to clean that one up. You said women have not done anything for me all my life.
Well,
That was kind. Yeah, that was kind of yeah.
well, yeah, it started with my mother in Cleveland,
Yeah, I'm
Ohio.
about to say that.
No, no, and let me just be clear because I have had good relationships. They just hadn't ended well, but um, they have gone well through the course, and then they hit a bump through the course of it. So I don't want to say that no woman has ever held me down. And when I say held me down, I've never needed to borrow a woman's car. I've never needed a woman to pay for anything for me, as in a bill or anything like that. So when I say held me down, they just did nice things for me. Um, but not on Valentine's Day. And I maintain this, and I've said this all my life, and people don't believe it until they get in relationships with me. Then they see it for themselves. No woman has ever done more for me than I've done for her in a relationship. It has never happened. So,
So I got to do a shout out to an artist here. So, oh yeah, I got the stupid thing on, so you can't see it. Oh well,
okay.
can I do it that way? Yeah, I do it that way. Got an art. Ah, shit. They get the gist. The artists get the gist.
Okay. I saw something that said Prince on it.
Yeah,
So
my
that
two favorite songs, and it's silhouette. It was kind of cool.
hold up a second. What are your two favorite songs? Just
Um, Girlfriend and Adore.
oh boy. Oh
We
boy.
we
I
we
don't
never we're never gonna get in this fight again.
we're not gonna get in this fight again. Reggie has
Yeah,
declared it so. But if you were to get into this fight, we talk about how Adore is the most overrated Prince song ever made. But that's neither here nor there.
it is not the most overrated Prince song, and I got in the door when the crap first came out because you know I'm the one that gave you the freaking tape. But at the same time, I do understand your sentiment now. It's how I feel about Purple Rain when Purple Rain came out, and a certain demographic came into liking Prince at the same time. Now I can listen to Purple Rain and listen to it for the musical aspects of it. But yeah, Purple Rain, Adore is not the most overrated because it's definitely Purple Rain, but I can see it being close second now.
Well, Adora wasn't necessarily for those reasons that you mentioned. Other people jumping in and kind of co-opting it when they had no interest in Prince before, because at that point that was on the Sign of the Times album, Prince's greatest
It is
album
an
of all
album.
time. And strangely, that's the only song I don't like. So it wasn't people co-opting the song. I just think musically that I just don't get what everybody, and when I say everybody, everybody loves that song. I just don't get it. I
Because
just
you have no feelings. You have no heart.
do. I like every other song on the album. It was full of feelings, including the one that you mentioned, If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Girlfriend is a shit.
It
There's only
is.
there's only a, outside of let's see, Girlfriend, When Doves Cry, uh,
Does cry. Yeah.
Dorothy Parker,
Dorothy Parker.
Question of You.
Question to you. Joy and repetition.
Oh why you got see? I was trying to keep that off the list, particular live version. You can't,
Hmm.
man.
And that's the thing. It's like I was having a conversation with somebody, and they mentioned when I think of the question of you, I think of joy and repetition. For some reason, those two songs go together.
Yeah, they do. I see it.
And she mentioned one of the two, and I was thinking of the other one, but could not think of the name of it. But yeah, there it is. Um,
I get Scandalous and there's one more that sounds just like it.
s-
Crap.
sounds like scandalous.
Yeah, every time I hear it, I get it. I flip these two songs, and of course, I can't remember the other one. The Scandalous is something else.
That was about the only redeeming song on that album.
The Batman album?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're smoking crack.
Really? You like the
Yeah,
Batman album?
yeah, I like the Batman album.
Okay. Okay. To each.
Of course, 1999, that whole album.
Well, International Lover off that album, off the Controversy album, Let's Work, um, off of the Prince album. shoot, there are several.
Yeah, that's several.
But it's strange because usually the singles aren't the ones for me, except for like When Doves Cry. But Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad
Oh my God.
is an amazing song. Yeah. So, you know, was Bambi on the first one or the second one?
Second one.
Okay.
Only one for For You was actually Salt and Wet.
Soft and Wet. Yeah.
That ain't the one with no.
Yeah. But Bambi wasn't a single though.
No, they never
Okay.
reduced Bambis. No.
Yeah. Which, not to say they deserve to be a single, it's just
I just like the song.
I just like the song.
Yeah, I
But,
just like the song.
but yeah, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hopefully this walk down Prince memory lane helps you out with Valentine's. And whether you're listening to this on the Friday before Valentine's Day when this podcast goes up, if you're listening to it on Valentine's Day, I would question why you're doing that, but I appreciate it.
If you throw scandals on, you will be successful. That's scandalous. Adore. Well, actually, throw both of them on. You get some ass.
I will say that even though I do not like the song, don't understand why people do like the song, I have used it for that purpose. And if you're listening to this after Valentine's Day, I appreciate it. And you can just apply it to next year when I will probably be equally as bitter. Women, appreciate your men.
Please do.
Just appreciate your men. It's like and do a fair assessment of where you are in your relationship. If that dude is borrowing your car, I'm not telling you to get rid of him.
I am.
No, people fall on hard times. You can't throw the brothers out like that.
Unless you're married, why not?
No, if the dude's car breaks down and it's gonna take a week for it to get fixed and stuff, and a rental car costs like $300.
No, it doesn't. Rent a car costs like $50.
I don't know what kind of car he's trying to rent. And
He better get if his car broke down. If his car broke down and he has to borrow his girlfriend's car, he better get a goddamn Leaf.
Okay. Oh, Leaf the car. Okay.
Yes.
He's gonna go to work on a Leaf?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, I think the Leaf might be expensive. Those Leafs are electric, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not Leaf. Maybe
Yeah.
not Leaf. But one of those cheap cars that they got.
The point is, if he's renting it for 7 days, that's gonna be $200 something. He has to
No, it's not. It's $100.
Look,
I just rented a car last year.
I'm not going to tell you to dump anyone because they might have hit a hard patch.
No, you said the hard patch is different than I'm taking your car unless you're married.
Well, no, a hard patch can be my car broke down and I can't afford to get it out.
Will you if your car broke down, are you gonna if you had a girlfriend, you take her car?
I don't think that's fair.
That's fair. You can't ask somebody to do something that you won't do.
Not everyone's me.
Boy, you backtracking like a Republican.
Yeah, not everyone is me. People fall on hard. Look, let me finish my thought. My thought is that I'm not telling you to dump your man because he needs to drive your car or because you're holding him down while he's going through hard times. I don't want to throw the brothers under the bus like that. But if he is driving your car and if you are holding him down to that extent, you should be able to look in that audit and be able to see things that he is doing in return to balance the scales out.
Car always clean with the nice little trees on the mirror.
Yeah.
It better have some. I mean, the armor all better be shiny down. I mean, boy, it better be fly.
Well, not even that, not just that, but it's like, shoot, when you come home, home cooked meal. He should do something nice for you. Rub your back or something like that.
Forget all that. I need the car to be sparkling.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying and stuff like
good.
that. But it's
you
like,
got to say it because there's some trafficking brothers who come back. They have the Burger King wrapper still on the seat.
Yeah, but the reason I kind of dismiss that a little bit is because saying that it's like saying you should put gas in the car that you drove, and it's like, that's not really helping me out if you're returning it at the same level that you got it. That's doing something for you, cleaning out the car that you're driving. You should be cleaning out the car and doing some extra stuff for her. So that's what I'm saying. he should spend a little extra time with the kids, let you have a girls' night. He should be doing stuff to make it balance out. The point is, whether it's you or whether it's him, you should do an audit on your relationship or marriage. And if you see yourself doing more than he is, you should demand more from him. But if you see yourself doing less, you need to be honest about that. And you need to find out what you need to do to balance that out too. That's a theme for the Valentine's Day podcast and the Marriage and Equity podcast.
You're talking about introspection. Come on now. That's a whole different podcast.
See, Reggie, I'm not going there with you.
Hey, it's Valentine's Day. You asked for this.
Thank you all for coming to the Dating While Adulting podcast, Valentine's Day special edition. Say goodbye, Reggie.
Goodbye, Reggie. Ashley Larry says goodbye too.
Bye. Okay, we're clear.
Man, listen. That dude, because like I said, I'm all for helping the brothers out.
Oh.
But if I gotta borrow, it's my wife, so I borrow her car is cool, sort of, because paying a note. Well, actually, she paid the note, so that was a different thing. But if you're just in a regular relationship and you borrow your girl's car, unless you've been together since like Goldie and Kurt Russell, even I had to sit there and say,
There are two reasons that I give dudes a pass in this regard. One is because we live in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, where everybody's trying to live above their means. Everybody's in debt, things like that. So people are living check to check. So if you're living check to check, and let's say you lose your job, and then it's like, okay, you're living check to check. So shoot, you really gonna feature some hard time, especially since part of the reason that you're in debt and living check to check is because of that woman that you're with. So if you've been spending money doing things for
not the car payment.
Yeah, if you've been spending money doing things for her, taking her out for $80 dinners and $120 drinks and stuff like that, if you fall on hard times and you need her car, you shouldn't get too much flack for falling on hard times and needing the chick's car.
I got to do the song, right?
What's that?
Hard times spreading just like the flu. Watch out, homeboy. Don't let it get you.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, man. Life, man, it's interesting. But that's what I'm saying, though. If you're gonna go that route, but boy, God forbid, man, if I ever have to borrow a woman's car for anything, God help me.
Man,
God help me.
I did before. So, but I was young.
Why are you being so hard on the brothers then?
Because of the simple fact that the brothers need to realize there's going to be repercussions that you would never be able to repay.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm hard on the brothers. It's a reverse psychology here, where I'm telling the women to dump the dude because the men don't want that in their life.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, man. I can't sit there and say we can't sit there and say, "Yo, man, don't do it," because they're not gonna listen to us.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's not like that. Well, some of them are doing it just because they trifling like that for real.
That's true.
But some of them are doing it just because they're just in trouble. They going through a rough patch.
Yeah, but they need to understand the female nature, man.
Let me ask you.
They hold shit like a bucket.
Okay.
Forever.
Okay. Here's another one that doesn't involve a car. Let me see how you feel about this one.
Okay.
You're in your house, and God forbid a tree falls through your house.
Mm-hmm.
So falls through your roof into your living room.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna take a minute to prepare. You've been with a woman, y'all dating, y'all not married, but you're all are dating. And she says, "Hey, well, you can stay at my place." Do you say no to that? You can't live in a hotel for like a month.
Ooh. I had to think about that one.
Yeah, man.
No, I said I had to think about it.
Yeah.
I got a tent though.
and before we started this podcast, you were bitching about how cold it was out there.
Hey, man. It may be cold. It may be cold outside, but boy, I'm going there.
Boy, you'll go out there and continue to be cold.
Man, let me say this, because got with the wife before we got married and stuff like that. I moved up from North Carolina, stayed with her in Virginia, and I sold my little business that I had, so I had some extra money. So I wasn't really looking for a job. Of course, you know this story, but the audience know. Stayed with her. She came home from work, and I was sitting there on the internet. I was doing some studying and stuff like that for my network stuff. I was paying half the mortgage, half of the rent, The house was spotless, which coming from me means something because I'm not Hazel. So
Yeah,
my
y'all don't
house,
know. That's
it
saying
was,
something for him.
yep, it was spotless, and she had dinner on the table, along with me paying rent and also paying half the utilities.
Right.
I still got flack. Well, maybe you need to find a job. And I'm sitting there thinking, I got more money than you, right? I sold my little business, so I was living kind of comfortably there for at least a year and a half.
I
Still
remember
got
that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, still got that flat. So yeah. So imagine you moving in with a girl for a month.
Or a woman.
Yeah, a woman for a month because you have your house like messed up.
Yeah.
And you're not doing any of that stuff.
Thing
Because you're
about it
not.
though, thing about it is that you're gonna catch it either way.
You sure you are.
If you say no, I'm standing outside, then she's gonna like get on you for not staying with her. If you
Yep.
do stay with her, she's gonna eventually wind up bitching because you doing stuff, messing up the chi in her house. So you're gonna catch it either way.
Like I said, but hey, you at least have a peace of mind in your tent in your house that's leaking
Yeah,
because the tree fell on it.
yeah. Have peace of mind with frostbite.
Hey, I got one of those heavy duty sleeping bags. You be
Yeah.
fine.
And when they're chopping your fingers off, you can you can talk about you can talk about the peace that you have. You can't pick up a key to open the door, but hey,
Hey man, that's
peace of
fine. We
mind.
got we got the ones on the phone now. You just press a button. You can hit it with your elbow.
You and I have that.
or get
People
or
don't
get
have that.
or get Alexa, open the damn door.
Right. You and I can open the door without keys. Not everybody else can do that. Yeah. Oh boy, we're done here.
Yes, we are.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming by.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and all that bullshit. Yeah.